Hi guys. Tonight I wanna continue working on some final proofs for my Tavern Building, and I hope I will not be lagging too much with these stream things. Try to set up everything correctly, but then probably I will need a new internet provider. I will try to find one at this weekend, the new one, so my stream should not lag. So I've been trying to finish the chimney, and we did the floor yesterday. The floor tile, it's actually only one thing, and it's tile bomb. From all the sides. Yeah. So I have left barrel and box, and we have a chimney that need to be done too, and it's just a base colors now here, and I don't like it. I will change many things, and I don't like this red flex. Gonna change color for it too. So what we gonna texture? Box and barrel or the chimney? Okay, so barrel and box 1, chimney 2. You can vote, and I will texture the chimney or the barrel and box. Dang, I gonna texture probably the chimney, yeah. Let's wait a little bit more, maybe someone wants to vote. Anyone? Vote in the chat, 1 or 2. 1 for small proofs, barrel box, 2 for chimney. This thing is kinda tileable pipe that I'm gonna connect to some oven or something in the kitchen. So the smoke will came during through this thing. Okay, we're gonna do chimney by 2 votes, no one else voting, so okay. What I want to do with the chimney, I don't like the current bricks, and I want to export it with roof and this plank, so I can paint it more correctly and more cool. Maybe even take all the planks. Yeah, let's export it like this to 3D code, so we can see some other design. And it's only 2 materials, okay. UV chimney. I'm gonna export those things together, so I'm gonna see a picture of what I'm doing. Chimney for painting. And we're gonna set up a new scene. Chimney for painting, 3 materials, 2K by 2K. I press 2 to go unlit mode. And let's upload our textures. The roof. And the planks. And the chimney base cover thing that we're gonna overpaint and redo the new design for it. Chimney. So I don't like how it go through this like concrete here. There's need to be some kind connection. So we want to do something like a metal border or something that connects here. That's already much better. And probably we are not going to use this random brick thing, because our building don't have this kind of texture, only stones and some concrete thing. So maybe you can go also with some metal, like side things, something. These bricks are something we are not using. I don't want to add additional design shape to the building. Like we have rocks here, it's okay, but we don't have a brick, so it's like out of space here. Maybe you can make a wall part of this, like metal, maybe other color of metal inside. Makes sense, maybe. We'll see how it goes. For now, just a basic idea. I actually started the whole building except the chimney with like painting some raw texture for all the building first and into a soaking like, where is it? Tavern. Where's my first screens? Is it this one? Yeah, this one. So I've been painting some base ideas on everything, base colors. The color scheme and everything, and this is what we're gonna do after the tavern, and then more details to everything. Okay. So I prefer always to do this kind of concepting on 3D model. I have done, and I've been doing similar thing with the environment with other tavern I've been working on. And it helps to get overall scene, like all the colors together normally when you're not working separately with all the objects. Like for example, this one for Epic Games, Tavern. Screenshots. There we go, the interior. I also painted like a raw concept for everything inside before I go with the details. So just raw colors, some base ideas, shapes. And then you can go with more details. But yeah, that's how I'm doing. While I'm not a 2D concept art guy, I prefer overpaint the 3D things. No bricks here too. If you guys have any questions, I'm always open for talks about anything about artist lives. And I'm painting on one layer because I can easily overpaint everything I'm doing. That's the only reason you don't need to do that until you're like can overpaint faster than change some layers and adjust it. So for me it's just easier to paint some things from scratch than do the adjustments. Oops. Let's save this one. Chimney 2. Do we want to split it somewhere here? Like this, maybe? Or not? Or maybe straight one? Like this one? And it's something like maybe both things. Seems nice. And maybe we can also add some vents or something on the side here. This could be cool. With some emissive thing. I should do a mirror here. And the idea will be here, like make some emissive thing with vents. This already looks 10 times better than the first one we had here. Probably we need some border also here. Maybe make this one bigger. Maybe this one will work better. Yeah, I like this one much better. And some border on upper part probably too, like here. So the upper part gonna be like also metal. I think this will work better. A new design. So it was like this, and we are changing it to this one. That looks much more better. It's similar thing here. And after I will finish the chimney, I have some small proofs to do, and after that I'm gonna set up all the tiles, split all the building correctly to the parts, like I did with other buildings for this project. Not sure if you have seen them. I have them in my portfolio, a lot of buildings. Now let's add some line arts. Oh, new subscriber, my alert's working now. Haha, welcome man. Yeah, I just migrated from Twitch and been setting up from scratch this YouTube streaming and having issues with some lagging thing that I didn't have on Twitch. For some reason, I don't know. maybe we want to make like the wall border like here too, so it's connecting not with the concrete but with the metal border to the roof. Probably this is gonna be much more better. Yep. Or not. Yep or not. I'm not sure. This one kind of looks cool too. Yeah, I left it as it is. Maybe I'll add some ambient here and that's all. Okay, now we can paint some line art darker thing. If that will be some kind of sci-fi, you would want to have a super straight lines everywhere, but for medieval it's okay to go like not super straight lines. Hey Yana, nice to see you on the stream. And we are painting some chimney for our tavern building. This one, it's one of the last touches for it. Yay! And after we paint it, we're gonna split everything to parts and going to set up like interior thing, making inner parts with like visible windows here, adding some planks on the side for the borders, making tile for our door and make possible to open it. Well, but it's gonna be a fast thing without creating new textures. It's easy, and this pipe, it will connect to the oven. As the 3D code is easy. New subscriber, thanks for following. The thing of 3D code is it's like Photoshop, but you're painting in 3D space. That's all. And for games like League of Legends or World of Warcraft or many mobile games, you still want to have this painting style, or like Ruined Kings from Airship Syndicate. Or you can do some painting for your Albeda map if you're doing PBR, but you want to make it some painterly style. This also works. You want to go to 3D Code, because the painting engine here feels much more better. Yeah, you're welcome. If you have questions, feel free to talk. So it will be more interesting for me to I'm not go too sleepy, because I'm already working for like I think it's like 14 hours or 12 hours. I want to do some outline here. Yeah, I've been working on my main job, and then some freelance, and then I want to do my art content thing. There's a lot of things. Also, I have to check how's our Discord doing. There's like the challenge we have started for our community in the Discord, and there's like 120 plus people already in the challenge. So it all goes very well. And do we want to make some separation somewhere here or not? Probably not. It looks already cool. And then we can do some scratches. Yeah, we have a Discord community. If you're doing art, feel free to join. It's for Stylized 3D art, Handpainted, Stylized, and we have over 1000 users there. And the guys are pretty active. They are doing some overpaints, helping each other. Started to do some challenges. Ew. Okay, nice. Now we can go for some details on the metals. Let's pick some colors from existing metals and add some details. This one looks too bright. Don't want to go with this one. And now I'm gonna just blend some colors together, like lighter, darker, and having some texture from it and the gradient. So I'm just pressing V a lot by picking existing color and going like that. There's many ways to do this thing and many different brushes for it and settings. You can also use over opacity if you're struggling with color blending. Or use the softer brush at first. So it's all about painting now. And you can do same thing with soft brush too. It's even easier to start with it. But that way you are using this texture details like some used metal, damaged metal. So we're gonna go for hard brush and just do some details. And if you've been sculpting already you can do similar details like you're sculpted, making some bevels, or like you do with trim dynamic brush, these things. Pretty nice details, like bells wannabe stuff, or trim cut a thing, so we're not gonna have only straight line. And this thing actually looks very nice, like some rust, but we're gonna edit later. And this color I liked. Maybe we can add something darker. Sculpted details are pretty similar like the painted one, but sculpting is easier to do. So when you have your sculpted thing, you have like a bevels, this kind of things, so you can paint similar ones. And if you're painting in grayscale, then it's like almost like sculpting, like you're doing the sculpting. It feels very similar, at least for me. I have couple tutorials with grayscale thing on my YouTube channel. If you're interested, you can check them out. When I'm painting just with the grayscale and then adding the colors on it. Yeah, but also you can do sculpting, then bake it and overpaint it. I think it's one of the best workflows. Or even throw it to like substance and bake also some lights and even more base things, and then paint over some details that left. But it will be a little bit different look it will have. I don't want to go with it for these ones, because we have a little bit different style with it. For example, I've been sculpting some parts for other buildings. Let's see, operates in dummy building set, there you go. These ones. For example, this huge thing. I sculpted these walls and then overpainted, and also these things been sculpted first and then I bake it and overpainted, and that's why we have these sculpted details everywhere, seen very well. But I did only for stone details, I haven't sculpted like this wood tile or the roof tile or the windows out of buildings, the modular ones. Oops. Well, understanding the colors and just some painting thing helps a lot with PBR, with stylized PBR, to make it look like beautiful, you know, like Wayfinder. Yeah, I made the whole city for this MMORPG game. There's many different building sets for like inner city, outer city, for poor city, for rich city, the castle buildings, royal ones, and now I'm working on the shop tavern buildings. Making a lot of buildings modular, everything is modular. So it makes you crazy. But you can try sculpt it at first, then bake, and it will be much easier. If you're struggling with painting from scratch, oh yeah, Wayfinder been made by the best artists in the world. That's the thing. By the Airship Syndicate. And I think all the artists who's been working on PBR things there, they also doing amazing hand painting works. If you check them on ArtStation, you can find the background that they all can do amazing hand painted thing. That's why they have this very cool color schemes and the details. They know what they are doing. really hope to play this game in near future, try it out just to check the art. But I'm running out of time to do everything at once. And also I'm working on my new course for mentorship, next round of mentorship. We already did some hand-painted weapon course a couple months ago and everyone been super happy. And now I'm working on the environment one. Something like World of Warcraft mixed with League of Legends style. And after I will show everything that I can do with hand painted. I'm gonna switch to sculpting things and will make more tutorials with like PBR and baking, because I've been working also a lot with the things. But at first I want to show a lot of hand painted things. And the previous course, it was a weapon. I think it can be found, of course, on my ArtStation page. This one. And if you're interested, there's Discord room at our channel. And there's works of our students, dozens of them. This worth 8 or 9 hours of content, full pipeline. Yeah, and that was really fun to make. Oh, and this one is fan art for Ruined Kings I did on the streams. But not on the YouTube streams and the Twitch streams that disappeared. Yeah, the hand-painted textures is timeless for sure. It's like the art style. It can be outdated if it have enough like polygons and other things. It's just type of art style. And for this weapon course I had a mentorship class for like 5 weeks. We've been working together with the cause and that kind of stuff. And there was 14 students, I think, or 16 with the private mentorship thing, and it was some fun time. And I enjoy giving feedbacks and that things, because that was the thing I've been doing at my studio for like 9 years. Almost ready to add the highlights to our metals. Are you seriously, man? Well, thank you for getting the course. So, while you're so kind, go to our Discord, please. Send me a private message. I will add you to our mentorship course, the previous one for weapon, and you can find some comments, feedbacks, and everything we've been doing on the course. Maybe this can be helpful for you when you will be doing the course. And also feel free to post your work in progress there. I will respond for sure. So yeah, just drop me a message. Say that you are Yanamaki from the YouTube, and I will add you to our private group. Hey Joseph. And we are painting some chimney for the building. Not these ones, but for this one. Let me check. I think you just can go like buy 3D code for that. Buy 3D code for point. Then let me see the language. Buy 3D code 4.0, 4.9. I think it's still available. isn't it? This one, can I buy it? Buy. 3D code 2023. So they are not offering the older version. Oh, that's interesting. But you actually don't need the older version if like you can buy the newer version. I just been buying it many years ago. And you can get the 3D code texture for only like $100. It's only for texturing, and if you're using the texturing only, why not? And if you're a student, you can use 3D code for free. And if you are not a student, you still can use it for free 1 month, and after it you just will not be able to export the textures from it, but you're still able to use it like for training or something, learning. And I got my license for probably 7 years ago. Yeah, texture is for painting. You just will not have these windows like retopology, UVs, sculpting, yeah, rendering, but you will have this window for painting only. And UVs are pretty nice too in 3D code. And the retopology thing isn't bad too, many people's using it, but I prefer use Blender for it. For me it's like much faster for some simple models, if it's not a hard surface, something. I would use Blender for painting too, but it's can do similar stuff like Substance or 3D code. And can do similar sculpts like ZBrush. So we have to use this software while it's nice for retopology and UVs, it's kinda cool. I'm not sure how long I've been working on this building. I've been working on it on my free time after main work, so it's not a full days. Probably I work like 2 hours a day on it. I can say some estimates by the whole building. So at first I've been doing the design and modeling, like bulk out, and it took to me about 2 days. Also I did the raw design for like all the details, textures, so I can understand what I will be painting and with what colors. So I did some color scheme thing. And after that I started painting everything, and for example this barrel took me 2 hours, this thing took me 1 hour to paint. Windows Also like 2 hours. Tiles, 1 to 2 hours per tile. This 4 tile took 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think. And yeah, that's kind of raw hours I remember I spent on different things here. And I trying to do it on streams after my main work. In 3D code, you can sculpt in 3D code, but I very rarely saw someone doing this in 3D code. And I'm not sure about polypaint because I've never been using 3D code for sculpting. It has some voxel sculpting thing, actually not sure what it means. Because I never used it and I probably never saw someone in game art using like for something stylized sculpting from 3D code. I saw a lot of course ZBrush, a lot of Blender sculpting, even some Mudbox sculpts, but not the 3D code. I saw some example of 3D code sculpts for some kind of industrial design. Some crazy robots and that kind of things. And I have ZBrush, so I even didn't try to do something in 3D code for sculpting, because ZBrush is a real powerhouse for sculpting. It can answer on all your questions. Yeah, maybe, but if you're using ZBrush, don't even go for 3D code probably. Because ZBrush can do everything, everyone using it, it's super powerful, and you will never meet something like in Freelance or some other works that someone gonna ask you to use 3D code for sculpting. This project is for MMORPG game that's been in progress by a small team. It's called Domi Online. I think I'm working for it like 3 years, like a side project. It's pretty cool, guys, but it's not a AAA. I'm from Latvia. It's Northern Europe, I think. Near the Sweden, near the Finland, near the Russia, Ukraine. Maybe someday I will get rid of accent. Maybe I'm taking English classes 2 times a week on my main work. It's a mandatory thing. You can skip it. And also I'm touching some AAA projects too. Hey Dasha. I'm going to start some very cool project on my main work, but I can't tell about it. Unfortunately, I have NDA on my studio, and it says if I break it, the minimal CU is like 20,000 bucks, so I should keep the things secret in the secret. We're actually pretty close to finish. The most time consuming thing is this adding like base color and color blending, not the base color but color blending thing, adding details, and everything else is super fast. Adding ambience, gradient, some highlights. It's a fast thing, and actually for this simple hand painting, I feel that I can paint much faster than do the sculpting and baking and paint in substance maybe. But sculpting and retopology gonna take a lot of time, not like 2 hours for this object, probably much more. But of course for more detailed painting like I did in Riot style, this is more time consuming, it's pixel polishing, while here I'm doing pretty fast everything. Yeah, I design almost everything I'm working on by myself. I prefer to do my own designs, and if you check like my portfolio things, So this is my design, this is my design, this is my design, this is Warcraft fan art, this is my design, my design, my design. Not my design, but with some unique touch on our part. And this is kinda my design, but it's set from Ruined King's shapes. So I use it, their details, but created a new object. This is my design, my design, my design, my design, my design. But sometimes I have some concepts, for example, like for this building, but this concept been looking like... where is it? Not the Supercell. It was... maybe here. Super combo for sure. One moment, I will find it. It should be somewhere here, maybe. Yeah, there we go. This is the concept I had for this building, and this is the final result. The concept, the final result. So I added a lot of my touch for it to make it look cool. So the clients bring the idea and I make it look much cooler than it is. The styles, the Riot Game style. It's like in illustration, you should paint all the light information like global illumination, all the lights on the texture, and it's like really like illustration thing. They don't use the real light, while Warcraft is the elite texture and it have directional light on the scene and it receiving the light. And you don't paint global illumination in the textures like different reflections, cold lights, warm lights, and all these things. It's very different. Yeah. While both of the companies enjoy using 3D code and grayscale techniques. Probably it's the choice of the artists how to paint things, but for more difficult objects, people prefer to do grayscale. Like it's easier to paint a lot of difficult details first on grayscale. Well, this one that I'm making for now, it's easy one, and I don't want to waste my time on grayscale, just super easy style here. Don't need sculpting, I don't need grayscale. Oh, you're welcome, guys. I actually using many different workflows, not only one. I use, I think, everything already 15 years in game art industry. So I've been trying many different things, like pure hand painting, different style hand painting with grayscale, hand painting with sculpted baked maps with overpaint, hand painting with baked maps plus substance, and then polishing in 3D code, and so on. There's many ways to do cool stuff. And learning all these things will help you in overall with the stylized assets. It's like a skill to your chest. With treasures of skills. Haha. And after I finish this building, I'm gonna do the windmill building also on streams. And after it, I'm preparing the World of Warcraft weapon to recreate one more. And then also some Wayfinder armor is in process also for streaming. So a lot of things. And we want something super dark inside the pipe. Maybe you can try a soft brush into like something dark. Yeah, thanks for checking the stream. I will check your message later on after the stream and will add you to our group of the students. And also the stream will be available for watching after it ends, so you can rewatch it if you want. I'm saving all of my streams, that's why I'm on YouTube, because I lost hundreds of hours of We need some line art here too. Hey Snoid, thanks for your love. Glad you liked the channel. I'm working a lot of the videos and on the new ones. And I'm pretty new to the YouTube thing, so I'm still learning every video. And I think about Blender that it's almost not useful. You suffer with the pain when you're painting in Blender. You're missing a lot of tools, a lot of everything that can be achieved in Substance and 3D code. And if you don't like pain, you don't want to stick with Blender for final textures. If it's not only for rendering, if it's like you need to export the textures for like game art, probably no one gonna use Blender for final textures. Unfortunately, I love Blender, but it's just almost impossible to work there. I think they haven't updated the painting mode for like 10 years. So what's the reason to do it? There's some add-on that adds the layers, but still it's very uncomfortable to work there. You're cutting yourself if you're working in Blender for texture painting. That's the truth. But it's free. But I would prefer any similar to Photoshop software like Inkscape, Krita, GIMP, whatever, but not the Blender. I would paint on UVs. And I never saw someone do the final textures in Blender for industry, for like video games, production and so on. I've been working like 15 years with this thing. And also not only as artist, I had outsourced studio with pretty big team, and we never been doing, or someone asked us to do it in Blender. Sculpting is kinda it's okay for super simple sculpting. If it's maybe some anime characters or something like that, Blender works pretty cool. But for more difficult, of course, you wanna go for ZBrush, and if you're working with clients, probably most it is gonna be ZBrush. Like some clients still asking and working with Maya and 3D Max. But anyway, I'm modeling everything and UV mapping in Blender. And if client asking Maya file, just export as a model I did in Blender to Maya and save it as Maya file. That's it. That was I've been doing for a decade. No one gonna know. Do we want also some bolt action here? Like they're not on the glue, yeah, but they connected like with some kind bolting here to this part. Makes sense. Probably it's time for highlights. For the metals, we're gonna add some highlights or maybe some details. Let's see. We can try to add more of this dent and bevel painted details. Like this one. No, don't like this bevel thing. Okay, this will be enough. Don't want to do pixel polishing for this model, or it will take eternity to finish it. Let's go for highlights. I will create a new layer for it. And this one we can actually join with this thing. And we're gonna add some highlights to our metals. And the metal we can make shiny. New subscriber, Jared Perry, thanks man. I have set up my stream elements and now I can see who's subscribing during the stream. Also I can see the donations, haha. So for metal highlights I always using my pen pressure. You see it's like I don't want to go like straight, but I push on some dots more and making some shiny effect that way. For example, like we paint like this and then some dotty thing and we get a highlight, metal highlight. We don't want this one for concrete or for wood, yeah. It's more soft ones, but for metal this is perfect. And I can go with not super straight lines for medieval metals. If that would be something futuristic, then we had to have super straight line, not like something that blacksmith made, but something made on the factory. Or maybe add emissive thing later on. Yeah, probably I'm gonna add here emissive later on. We'll try at least, yeah. I think this could work. Yeah, we're gonna have this, but it's a very lowest stage. Adding these lights, emissive thing, like it's reflecting sunlight. For now, I need to finish with highlights. Prefer to do stage by stage. And we are missing some ambient here around this part. Without ambient, it looks like a sticker. But it's a little bit later. Oops. Hey, thanks for sub. More subs. Set some highlights here too. Already get a little bit bored with these metal paintings. Painting these kind of things, it's not super fun like painting some weapons maybe. Or some interesting proofs. For straight lines I press shift and I can paint straight. God, this one is good enough. In the upper part, then we're gonna add some ambient here, here. Maybe some decals. The gradient. And maybe some baked ambient with adjustments. Probably we can do this. let's hide this one. And maybe some reflections like freestyle thing. Let's try to bake the ambient. We're gonna hide by material the details, and let's see what we can do with the baked ambient. I think for Chimney this is gonna work great. Ambient, let's set it to like 70%. Then I need to go to this function CMYK preview and go like let's go to standard to see what we are doing. I'm gonna change a color of ambient. That's cool. I'm never using the black ambient. It's not something you wanna use on your stylized hand painted models. And we need painted ambient too. Not everything can be yeah, I'm painting everything on similar layer. It's not correct. Normally you don't want to do that if you want to share this work with other artists. I feel comfortable to paint like that, and I'm not going to share it with anyone else. Maybe we can add some more ambient here. And here. So that's what painted ambient is doing, adding some depth. And I haven't polished the concrete, this clay thing, and the roof. But at least the metals are done. It's the main work here. Probably I will be... oh, maybe I can do some gradient today too. So something warm to coat. I think it's gonna work great for this separate chimney, but not always you wanna go for this gradient thing, not for small details like on the building. You want to have a big ambient gradients for your objects, like maybe for chimney separately for a roof and walls, so it will not look too noisy but normal, like some interesting scene. Oops. There we go. And now we're gonna set it on like overlay, maybe 30%. Ooh, much better. So we are lacking of decal paths here, like some more rust and thing, but in overall looks very cool. Oh, the emission, yeah. And some polishing of the clay concrete thing and some roof details. But probably gonna do this tomorrow, maybe out of the stream, not sure. Probably a stream for this building will be when I'm setting everything together, like setting all the parts, making the interior thing where we can walk, make the doors open, and set the tiles for all thing here. Let's export texture. Chimney. Not that long. The overall design and bulk out took me like 2 days. Then I spent 1 day on color scheme and all the texture, like concepting details. And after that I spent like 2 hours on this asset, 1 hour on this asset, 2 hours on tile wall, 2 hours on all the windows, 2 hours on the roof, 1 hour plus on the floor texture, and so on. So I can't calculate in overall, but that's the timing. I'm for sure it's faster than I would sculpt it, because it would took me much more time sculpting, topology, baking, than choosing the workflow for it, like is it for overpainting or substance. So yeah, I feel this was much faster. And also I'm gonna build many different buildings with it, not only like one, like this one. Yeah, we're gonna have the set like we did for previous things here. So split the tiles and making a lot of buildings, different variations. Yep, there will be a course for modular assets, because I've been working a lot with modular assets. I've been doing dungeons, levels, skyscrapers, medieval buildings, castles, and for now in the middle of March there will be environment course in like League of Legends style, because I've been working on it sometime this year and last year. And after it I'm gonna launch the modular course with where we're gonna build probably something like World of Warcraft like building. And of course there will be free tutorials on YouTube first with some smaller modular things. So if you like them you can grab the bigger ones. That's the idea. And if you don't like, you just watch free content and probably enjoy it. So yeah, that's the thing. Where's the castle? Castle. I made some very simple castle, modular one, using not that many parts. Where are the parts? Oh, they're here. So it's also a modular thing. And of course you can go inside. I have some modular like video about modular things, and in this video I'm showing a lot of content that been made by me, only by me. So as examples while I'm talking on these modular things. Also there was modular building like temple, and this one's been made like 8 years ago or something. A long time ago. This one of the first things I think I made like 10 years ago. It's like Warcraft classic style. 7 years ago uploaded, but I made it not much more in the past. Super old school. Yeah, I've been working on a lot of buildings and portfolio, not showing all of them. not everything you can upload and not everything looks cool for portfolio. I think like 90% of projects not looking cool for portfolio, so I don't have everything of it. Some very similar one. What we are working now, the client wanted similar shapes for his building, so I'm making pretty similar forms. And this one been made for Epic Games. They wanted some hand-painted assets on their new UEFN market, so they cooperate with me and sponsored me to make one for them. So yeah, I'm probably going to sleep now. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'm preparing a lot of more cool content for YouTube and streaming. So see you and thanks for watching. Peace.